focus spells, good spellcasters, and even some that aren't spellcasters. But now the druid specifically has druidic orders. If you choose animal, beyond gaining the animal companion druid feat, you also gain the heal animal order spell, which is part of their focus pool, which is good. That means that you, since the focus pool just gets filled up again once you rest for 10 minutes. That means that
No,
it's
no, no.
much.
You only get 1 point for every
Yeah,
10 minutes you
sorry.
spend studying,
You're
meditating, whatever your class
you're you're
demands.
you're right. I meant in the sense that your pool at start only has one, so you can fill it back up like if the battle
That's
finishes. Of
fair.
course.
There are
Yeah,
points and other things that give you more. You can have a
yeah,
max of 3,
but
but
yeah,
I
but it's
think
not
it's
the
always
base.
nice that in between counters, as long as you get like 10 minutes and stuff, you can have a reliable, useful spell.
Yeah, and because like Pathfinder Second Edition still doesn't do the thing that 5e does, which is you heal automatically, which I still like. But with animal, you still get to heal your animal companion without having
Oh,
to really waste
but
anything.
there's also treat wounds from medicine, which
Hmm.
the base, if you succeed, is 2d8 healing.
I don't know. This talk of like 10-minute rest to regain powers thing feels a lot like 4E to me, which, as an unpopular opinion, I liked 4E, but people seem to hate that. And yet I see lots of iterations of things with like long rest regains and stuff are, you know,
It's
gone.
I believe, David, that the reason that is because 4E was much more of only dungeon crawls and nothing else, and people actually just got sick of that.
You mean
Like
module
Because
4,
it's
wise?
supposed to be a role playing game.
You mean module wise?
no, like game wise, people didn't
No,
feel like, yeah,
the
bad.
gameplay of 4E made it feel if you weren't doing a combat session, you weren't playing because it
Hmm.
didn't leave a lot of room mechanics wise or otherwise. Like, I know you don't need that many mechanics role play in a role playing game, but you need some kind of guideline. But 4E got rid of all those guidelines. 3
Hmm. I just kind
for
of
role
assumed
playing and stuff.
my GM was an asshole, but I would intentionally do things like, because I played a paladin, and he'd be like, down across the town from up the hill, you see that there are people being mean to the villagers, and my group's just walking towards them. I'm like, I fucking run towards them, and then he's like, in your full armor down the hill. I'm like, yeah. He's like, roll to not fall down the hill and look like an idiot, and it'd be like higher than my acrobatics could handle, and then I would fall down the hill, or I would enter combat exhausted, and then the party who were walking would come in one round immediately after me, or something. I just assumed he was an asshole, but maybe the rules
Okay,
didn't give him.
the first one, not an asshole. You ran down a hill in full armor. The first
Yeah,
one,
well, I was
or
a
the second
robot.
one, very asshole.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I,
Pat is a specialist. Like he knows. Okay, sounds.
no,
Uh,
no,
I mean, what am I supposed to say to that?
I was just
Thank
I
you.
don't
thinking.
know.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say like it could be that I mean we're kids back then, so no one's perfect. But I was
Could
thinking
be anything.
maybe it is the fact that the rules didn't give them enough like leeway on like social things because I didn't really care to go to that group. I tended not to because every session really was just combat, and whenever we talked to NPCs, it would be like, "Go and fight this," and the group would be like, "Cool," and I'd be like, "All right, but why?" And like, what have you tried about it? Can we learn any weaknesses? And they'd be like, "Fuck off, go do the thing."
Yeah, no. 40 is was very much like that.
Again, I just
By the
assumed the GM was like that, but if that's just how the rules were, maybe.
No, yeah, because it was a very linear game, and there was not much, there was no room for like GM shenanigans.
I mean,
Uh,
you're wrong. There's always room for GM shenanigans.
I mean,
You,
I understand, but it's in the sense that like some games encourage it. 4E actively discouraged it.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, you could make me play Fatal with you guys. You know that awful fucking game, and I'm sure we could have fun with it because we wouldn't be following the rules so much as what I would be saying should happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I understand. It's just a system.
That
It
being
doesn't have.
said, we're not playing Fatal ever.
Yeah, we're
But
not ever.
but you know what I'm saying is like you'd think that despite 4E not having rules for, it's like what Pat was talking about how my response to them putting rules on something that should otherwise just be role playing seems lame because groups play different ways. If 4E doesn't have like the stuff set up for role playing, don't make the role playing so much about your stats and powers rather than just actual role playing. Like if you're gonna play the barbarian, sure you can play like an angry dumb person if that reflects your character, but you could still just have them. Plus, weren't there social powers in that game?
Very few and far between.
Eh,
Most of the social power is actually in combat.
hmm. Still, it would be the thing that the GM could allow you to. You know, if you have a power that says like I can grow a tree once per encounter, if you know you wanted to impress the local or someone, you could activate the power to. You know, I mean, there must have been powers that says you could do certain things. Like wizards must have gotten tons of spell like ability like powers, right? I don't know. I
Uh,
only ever played a
kind of.
paladin.
Basically, David, how the game worked is everyone more or less gained the same amount of things each level, and there was not much difference.
Nah, that's not true. Everyone in my party did different shit. They
No, no,
were
they did different things, but everyone got a thing that was similarly powered at the same level. There was like it cut down a lot on the crazy shit like people would do on surprises that other players could do.
I don't know. I remember being fairly low level and having the ability to turn my like body on fire in like your usual D&D bullshit.
Hmm.
You know,
I mean,
speaking of
there's
D&D bullshit, uh, have you noticed that most of the things when it comes to rounding, it says to round up?
In
yep,
2E?
yep.
Yeah,
For example, I even had a good example yesterday. Damn it. Well,
the falling mechanics also changed, uh, which is kind of weird,
oh
but you
yeah,
know,
David. Uh, Sorry, continue,
it
Pat.
makes it more of a flat number than it does die roll. When you fall more than 5 feet, you take falling damage you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell, and you're
Oh,
knocked prone if you take damage. It's more than 5 feet now instead of 10 when it starts, but it's half the damage. Makes it like I don't know many of the spells that are in or things that you can do, but I think like it makes falls a bit more deadly than it did in uh first.
mm. um, just a David.
Yo.
For example, there are other rules. For example, shields are no longer static for AC.
You mean
You
like
need
they only
to,
work if you hold them?
yeah, basically you need to in the three action system. You need to spend an action to raise your shield.
I'm not entirely against that because that works in like a
Hold
very
on, can't you use a reaction to shield block?
There's basically there's a new reaction that's basically shield block, where you basically are sacrificing hit points of your shield to block half the
Ba-
damage that's done to you.
yes,
yeah,
chat.
you
This is my
take the
stream.
shield takes half the damage, or the damage is
Half to you.
separated between you and your shield.
Oh,
Hardness of
that's
the
a good
shield still
example.
applies.
That
Chat
that that was
says chat says there is a feat to use it as a reaction.
Ah,
Oh, Pedro's talking about Pedro. That's what I think we're talking about. That's the reaction. It doesn't actually defend. It actually just separates the damage between the two, and that's where if the basically if the damage is uneven, David, you can decide where it goes. If it goes to you or the shield.
Hmm.
Um. Otherwise, for example, there's other things. There are
Wait,
spells.
wait. Are you
Yeah?
saying the shields work like the hero system shields?
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
Um. There's also some spells, David, uh, are altered for how much they take if you
Uh,
decide to use or not use like verbal or somatic components. Like they have options.
hold on a
For
sec.
example, yeah.
Hey, chat. Is this coming out clear to you? There's some high winds outside that's making my frames drop. Is everything clear, or is this all staticky nonsense to you? Eh, okay, it's fine. Keep going, Joe.
Okay. Basically, for example, as an example, I'll use the focus spell Heal Animal. It can use either one or
As
two
a
action points.
is this a
Yeah.
druid spell?
Yes, the druid focus spell.
Okay.
Focus spells are a lot more like the abilities that are given you by a school of magic in Pathfinder.
Hmm. So all spellcasters get this?
Yeah, all spellcasters get focus spells, and even some non-spellcasters get it, like the monk.
Hmm. I'm sorry.
It's
Hold on a sec.
basically
Let me make sure I heard that right. You said the monk gets spells?
no. All
Focus spells.
spellcasters get it,
Uh huh.
and some classes that are not spellcasters, like the monk, also
Ah.
get it. It's like a special ability on the side that
Well,
is technically not like it's technically not a spell, but it has to be focused on like one.
okay, I
But
see.
they
Like
but
it
it's
doesn't use
technically not a
slots.
spell, but it technically is a spell.
Yeah, it's a spell that does not use spell slots. Let's say that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it uses a focus point.
Yeah, and for example, David, you can heighten normally. What you do with these ones, since you can't heighten them by putting them a higher spell, they're always heightened by half your level, rounded up.
Kind of like cantrips.
Yeah. For this, but the example of this one, David, is you can heal an animal by 1d8. If you decide that you only want to use one action, you can only use somatic components and use it as a ranged touch spell.
But if
If you
you dump
decide to
more
do
actions, it can do more.
yeah, if you do two actions and put somatic and verbal, you can do it at a range of 30 feet, and it restores an additional 8 points to the target. So you
As
don't.
in, let me make sure I heard that right. It's D8 plus 8 or 2D8 plus 8?
No. It's
I
at
don't.
first level.
It's a
It's
D8.
1d8. It's 1d8 if you use one action as a
Yeah.
touch. If
Yeah.
you use two actions, it's 30 feet and it's straight 8 points of
Oh, it's
healing.
just straight
There
8. Okay.
there's a lot of things that are just straight eight,
Yeah,
like
like
straight
HP.
increases. Like
Like
if you do a medicine check to treat wound, not first aid, but treat wounds,
Uh
which
huh.
means you spend 10 minutes.
Yeah, like
A
stitching up a wound.
success normally heals you for 2d8, or whoever you're healing for 2d8 hit points, and it will remove the wounded condition, which I still don't know what it does. But
oh,
if you're an expert in medicine, if you attempt another if you attempt another check for DC 20, you can increase the hit points gained by a flat 10.
Yeah.
And if you're a
Pat,
master, by a flat 30.
Pat, that part is actually important because how going down in this game works is a combination of
Wo-
5E's
wounded.
down and death save rules, and
Pedro says
Oh
wound is your
no.
death count.
yeah, no. Basically, what happens is when you go down, you have four. You can have a maximum of 4 wounds.
It's
Every
better than I do think having a wound system or whatever anyone does with that is better than having the negative count. Because I like the realism of the negative count, but too often do we just like
But
filling out giant numbers that like
I
makes it
I'm
irrelevant.
surprised. I'm surprised you haven't tried to do the variant rules for first edition. Then there's a wound system in there
Yeah, I try.
from Ultimate Combat.
You notice that we don't use too many variant rules at all, and people usually have to ask for them because people have different opinions, and just going off base is easiest. Because
Well,
while I
well,
might
yeah,
bring
but
up in yeah, Pat, now it's my turn to talk over you. Now that
that's fair.
you know how like the auto progression system, I like that a
Yeah,
lot because it allows people on the base level where you can use other magic items with it because it promotes not everyone running around wearing the exact same big items like the cloak of resistance and a belt of strength or a headband of
no.
charisma or
I like that too.
but a lot of people would rather have the money because some people will argue I don't build that normally, and because I'm getting half the money and we're all same blanding that anyways, because the auto progression system forces everyone to get very similar builds in terms of progression items, and you only get half the gold now. You know, if they could have been, you know, a strong whatever hitters, while I was summoning fire elementals every fight because I used my money to get a brazier. You know what I mean? Like there are people who would argue that the auto progression is bad in that sense because it stifles what items they can actually get now because they have less money than they would otherwise.
mm, um, I mean, to just finish what I was saying about the wound system.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
It's basically how the 5e death save rules work. But every time you go, like if they heal you, every time you go up, one of your four slots is filled with a wound. So if you go down again, you only have two more slots, and like you can, it just makes it easier for you to die. But
Makes it
to
easy.
counteract this, David, you just have maximum HP every time.
Hold on. Are you saying if someone fucking slaps you with a healing spell, the wound stays?
Yes.
That's dumb.
It's in the sense that you've been wounded in battle, and if you go down, if you keep accumulating wounds, you just die easier.
I
It
guess it.
means we can't Aracone of the Beastlands the game anymore.
But see, that's the thing. That's fine if it's like set up in like more Iron Heroes sense where magic isn't as powerful, but it's kind of assumed when people like heal people from the dead. It's not like normally unless you're hitting them with a giant spell like the actual unlabeled heal, where it heals like a flat 100 points of damage because it's a high level spell. I mean, magic is usually supposed to be I'm literally reversing the wounds by putting his body back together. What's the healing in this game described as? It's just you feel a bit less woozy, get back up there and fight you one armed bastard.
Well, they're just trying to make it to where you can't have
There's
like a
risk.
pocket healer and them only and you being successful like I've been healed up again. I'm ready to fight. It's like the fatigue of multiple magic healings takes a toll on the body.
There's
Hmm.
also the point, David, that you after a combat can, as like someone with actually medical knowledge, can in 10
Yeah,
minutes get rid of wounds.
I'm kind of fine with that. 10 minutes is a little silly if you want to talk about the realism of it, but I mean, the thing is, it's a game, so who cares? I understand the idea of the pocket healer trying to like prevent people because I know a lot of people don't want to play the healer, especially in a tabletop game. Like, what's the point? Because I know people like cleric does a lot of badass shit, but it's more lame. Like Steven, for example, you can tell when he's getting upset that he's just spending actions healing people rather than like smacking someone with a mace. You know what I mean? Like people don't want to be healers, and even in the regard where like some people say you are supposed, you know, what you can do is make a GMPC whose whole job is to heal the party. that's not quite the point of having that. You know what I'm saying. Like it defeats the purpose. Like what Pat was saying with pocket healers. Um, I feel like it lessens the goodness of having a healer though, because rather than having someone whose job is to be like team mom who keeps the party up and alive, if
Yeah.
they just heal them up and then they die because of the fatigue of battle and stuff, like it makes it seem more like Grey's Anatomy, where like the cleric's holding out the man's guts, going, "It won't go back in." You know what I mean?
I
Like
mean, yeah, but I still enjoy because this is the thing. There are many things you can do to stop this, and also, David, level twos. Like I'm playing with my friends. I'm like going to make a test game, and it's literally a level two rogue as 26 HP and a level two fighter as 32. And like that's the thing. The enemies also have a bit more HP, but the players are safer.
the when you said the enemies have more HP and the players are safer and stuff, sorry to constantly bring up 4E, but the 4E rule for having minions is another thing that I I understand the flaw in it where well, let me start with this. Joe, do you know what a minion is in Pathfinder? Or sorry, rather D&D 4E?
I understand is the ones with 1 HP and do a lot.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like they're similar to the minions in the hero system, except in the hero system they're literally supposed to be like there to be the fodder because you people are so much stronger than them. It's the same thing in 4E where they have one hit point, but they otherwise would be like a normal unit. Like rather than having
Yeah.
104 hit points they would at your level, it's just you get a hit on them and you take them out because you're such a badass hero and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get into like the weird things where you can have like a Cyclops minion, which means this giant 15-foot tall one-eyed monstrosity that swings you for 50 damage has one hit point. And like that's where things get fuzzy and weird. What's Pedro saying? This makes you heal. Oh, this makes it so you can should heal them before they go down. He's talking about the cleric debate. I mean, yeah.
Basically, okay, the heal spell, David. The heal spell, which is a first level spell instead of cure wounds.
Mm.
What you get is a spell called heal.
Yeah,
It's
the like the
it's
fifth
a
level spell that heals you for 100 hit points. Yeah, good
no
stuff.
no no.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
know.
a it's a it's a 1d8.
and it,
And then
and
you can target them,
I'm betting if you do two actions, it's a flat eight.
and it also has a range of 30 feet.
Yeah, right.
And if you spend
We were talking
three
about how
actions,
4E powers were like linear and very the same, Joe. This is
just
sounding the same. This is why I'm
yeah,
thinking of.
I told you about the spell to heal animals, and now just the spell heal. That so that way you don't have to take any more of them. Just
So
one spell. And also, if you spend 3 actions, David, instead it works like channel.
You mean like channel energy?
Yeah,
reading the wounded condition, the wounded condition is only for dying.
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to? Do you want to read the
Basically, it doesn't
rules?
do anything outside increase your chances of dying if
All right.
you go down. Because when you go down and you were dying, you add your wounded to your dying. So if you had wounded 2 and you go down, you are now at dying 3. Unless you get critically hit that caused you to go down, which means you have dying 4, so you die.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
Pat, I was
basically,
yeah,
when you said that just heal to full, you have to rest for 10 minutes if you're still healed to full to remove the wound.
yep. Let me check. Where is it? Pat, I was reading some of the druid stuff, and druids can technically transform to animals from level 1, but it only is worth it at level 2. Because at level 1, the only thing they can do is imitate a spell called pest form.
Hmm.
Pest form.
Yes, you can transform yourself into a tiny
Ow.
animal like cat, insect, lizard, or rat.
Pat, stop that.
That why
What?
We can hear
you're
that.
cracking something.
You're what?
Is
All right,
that like a bag of chips?
yeah, stop eating your
Okay.
microphone.
I grabbed it, but I am about to off for a bit. Grab lunch.
Okay.
All right,
Let me just
Jesus.
can I just tell you about the past form, Pat?
Yeah.
So basically, how transformations in this game work is they supposedly give you a C, new speed, at temporary hit points instead of stats and stuff of the sort. But pest form is basically just a thing for you to literally go through small spaces or look innocuous, because your AC becomes 15 plus your level, your speed is 10, you have weakness 5 to physical damage, you gain low light vision or an imprecise scent. You get an acrobatics and stealth modifier of plus 10, unless your own modifier is higher, and athletics plus 4. But then at second level, you gain the animal, which is just much better. Oh, you left. Okay. You left, David. You left me. How? Oh, he's back, David. You didn't leave me after all.
Uh,
Nice. Yeah.
Sorry, there was a lot of noise going around and I panicked.
yeah, a lot of noise, eh, buddy?
Was
Nah.
I the noise cat? Tell me honestly.
No, it
Ooh.
was on my side.
Yeah.
I
Speaking of
didn't
that,
want you to hear
let me just lower you from
the
90.
giant sound of machinery as trash got crushed into nothing. But I am gonna hang up now. I'll be back maybe in a few minutes.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Let me
See you in a bit.
continue discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mean to Joe, David.
No, I'm gonna be way mean to Joe. Jesus Christ, every sound is so loud, it's improbable. Pedro, how often do we clip to you, man? Like, ugh. Eh.
I just decided to sneeze 9 times.
Alright, hey chat, sorry. I'm getting some conflicting messages. Pedro's just fine with all of our problems because he enjoys being a moderator. Other chat member says we're loud. Who to believe? Person who I've never seen before, or Pedro, our loyal viewer.
Or most loyal viewer.
eh. I mean,
Um.
I'm probably gonna lose this Hemix dude in a second. Yeah, I should just keep calling people chat with their names like that. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah. Understand.
Yeah. But yeah, we're probably about to lose you because we're gonna go do something else. But until then, Joe, what were you thinking? Because I was thinking we could play Smoggin.
But what? Sorry.
I was thinking we could play Smoggin. Pokemon.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and that way you can do shit on the beach. At
Oh, yeah, I should do that.
least that's
Send me.
that's what I'm gonna
Send.
do. Yeah,
I mean,
how do I set it up so it's like a dual stream of watching my character do fuck all in RuneScape? I'm sorry, chat. That's on me there.
what?
a loud thing came from my computer because I opened up RuneScape, and RuneScape would, as Pedro puts it, ding. And I was trying to make the sound stop, but it decided to just keep reverberating for like a solid minute.
That's great, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
and now the other chat members are saying ding. I mean, I know this isn't going to become our meme or anything, but I have to be incredibly careful from now on to never have that ding occur, because that is not what I want to see in chat constantly. But yeah, like I was saying, I guess before we end our little talking sesh here, no, I can say that for Smoggin. Yeah, let's set up our what do you call it?
Pokemon battle.
Yeah, I guess it's just we go to Showdown.
Yep. I was waiting for you to remind me what the name of it was because I completely forgot.
Oh, I can't wait for us. We're probably just gonna do randoms because we don't know what the hell we're doing. I'm just saving. I'm not streaming the image quite yet because I'm putting in passwords and stuff, and none of y'all need to see what I'm doing. It's one of these passwords. I swear. Looks like I'm making a new account on Showdown.
I don't even have an account. I just put a name.
Don't you? Hmm.
What?
I swear to God, all of these Showdown accounts I was trying to log into were absolutely all of them were made by me. I've just forgotten my passwords over the years. I can't remember
I
what's
mean,
what.
don't like that's the thing. I never made an account. I just make a name.
You can save it so that only you can use the name, though.
Oh, I don't care.
Clearly, I do.
Well, as you're doing that, I'm also going to do something real quick.
Yes, yes, Chad, I know. uh, yeah, there we go. That should set us up here. There we go. This awful thing. And hey, Pedro, while we're waiting, if you want, man, you can come play Showdown with me. I don't care. All right, Pedro, where you at? We hold on. I should probably. We should go into like one of these tiny rooms so that it's really easy to find us. I wonder if I can just do this. No, of course. Why would that work? Um. Yeah, let's go into the Netherlands. Pedro said, first I need a name not in use. Well, Pedro, you shouldn't try any variation of Codex because I'm pretty sure I've taken them all. Sorry. Are you telling me P Dragon is already in use? Man, let's see if I can uh find user.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I'll fight you both. I don't care.
Mine is the same thing as it is on Twitch.
Fight me, you scrub.
I haven't received anything.
I'm challenging Pedro.
Oh, I see. I see. So you two betray me behind my back. Okay,
Yeah. What's
I
your
see.
what's your name? Your RuneScape name? That's the only one I remember.
No, like J03.
Ooh. Let me. Okay, we're back. The my fucking microphone thing is like busted. My computer's just wrecked. I don't know. It's I can't play with my like system volume for some reason right now. So fortunately, Showdown has their own system volume. But yeah, that was unbearably loud. Sorry, chat. I'm Lord Codex, Joe. If you want to challenge me while I fight both of you at the same time. Since when? Since when? I'm at a huge disadvantage because Pedro can just see what I'm gonna do. Pedro goes, I am not cheating. Alright, I got your challenge, Joe. I accept the randomness. Oh no, max overgrowth. Well, that worked out in my favor. The Gen 8 has become quite different, hasn't it? It seems like Dynamaxing is like the thing to do now, isn't it? That being said, I've never played Gen 8 officially. So how does that work out? Like, can you only Dynamax once? Can these all Dynamax? I thought only certain Pokemon could Dynamax. Do you know the rules, Joe? Ah. All Pokemon can Dynamax, but some have X special forms. I love Pedro's like broken way of speaking. It's fun. All right, let's stop killing Joe here. Well, Joe, do you have any special words on the state of Pokemon? Hey, buddy? Joe?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Um. I was talking to you.
Yeah, you were muted.
I was muted. I know. Um. I'm not. This is the thing. Is I have played the last game. So like there are Dynamax Pokemon that have different appearances. I mostly hmm. I like after playing the last game, it was fun. It's something a bit different. Like there's not that much grind anymore because all of your Pokemons can just just gain experience at the same time.
I could have
So
swore fairy type were immune to ghost. What the fuck?
damn.
No! Oh wait, you're a normal type. God, I'm stupid. That's like, why was it? Oh. Yeah, Pedro, that's not saving you, buddy. Oh
uh,
man, my
I
stupidity there really got the better of me.
I did enjoy that. There's no nice. Um, let's say at
There.
the end of the game, the new game, David,
Mm-hmm.
because the new game has a real big like soccer motif. So at the end of the game, instead of going through the Elite Four, you actually enter a tournament with all other gym leaders to decide who actually gets to face the champion, and the gym leaders that get their actual teams that are all like level 60.
That is fun, actually. I like that.
Ah,
Damn you,
fun.
Pedro. You and your bitch move, which I would do if I had the ability to.
I have no idea what is good against fairy.
I should have thought this out more. Damn you, Pedro. Oh, I didn't think that one out either. Yeah, let me just hurt myself. Oh. Wait, why did that die? I don't know. This is like that thing where you read the comic about the new Pokemon, and the guy comes in and says stuff that would otherwise completely make sense, but you don't understand, and that upsets you. Uh, ah, well, I could do it to Joe. Um, fuck you, Joe.
Ah,
Yeah, that's right.
bitch.
Let's see, water. Pay. I'm. I think Memento may have killed him. I'm actually interested. Can I do like Memento and it tells me no? Move Memento. And if it can't move, you're like her. Oh, is that what that does, huh? Huh. I'll kill all of my Pokemon switching. I I think I'm faster. Definitely faster. Even if you switch. It's you bitch. You can't protect forever. Um so yeah, I
Me,
do like
me,
the idea of having the gym leaders come back because I've always is focus blast accuracy that bad? Yeah, yeah, it is. I do like the idea of the gym leaders coming back and like I always like the idea because remember the like the special anime like the limited run of Pokemon where like it was like a good anime and
oh, red.
yeah, and how like the gym leaders had like
Sorry.
the gym leaders had
Uh,
like 18 teams and they picked based on how powerful your Pokemon were because it was literally a test. So, like, if you
oh
would
yeah,
have.
it was Pokemon Origins. That's what it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I really like that one, and it's a shame that's not the actual series.
That's right, Pedro. I have Dialga because Smogging lets this Twitch streamer win every time. Meanwhile,
Oh
I'm
no,
losing to Joe.
what?
So, meanwhile, I'm losing to Joe.
You're not losing to me. You're about to though. I don't know how good this move
Why
is.
is it still alive?
Ah, bitch. Um,
Dang. You still alive, huh?
yeah. No, bitch.
Yeah, I was just making sure my leftovers healed me to make me stay alive. What's poison strong against again?
I don't know. Like,
I can
I'm
bother.
not actually checking. I think like plants.
Weaknesses: ground, psychic, resistance, bug, fairy, fighting, grass, poison. Pedro, you dirty liar. Oh, you can do that? Yeah, I can fact check your lies.
Uh,
I really should just get the thing that has chat show up on the side so that people like can see what Twitch is saying and stuff, because people can clearly see right now that I honestly am just reading everything Pedro says, or at least stuff that I deem as interesting enough to repeat. So, I mean, there's that.
mm-hmm.
To be fair, we have some people actually watching us on Twitch. They're just saying fuck all, so I don't know.
I mean, some people just want entertainment or background sound.
Yeah, that's fair. Oof.
Like, interaction is important, but it's normally made by it's just a certain group of people.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I used to fall asleep listening to this one. I caught a streamer I like to watch live once, and yeah, I figured. And I sincerely like I woke up and I heard this jam, and I still listen to it all the time. But I sincerely love having heard that. You have so much electric damage, and I have a lot of water. And yet you say that coming out with a grass type, huh? I also have a lot of steel moves, which I could have swore grass was weak against. But Well, are you down to your last Pokemon? Oh, yeah, Pedro's not winning this. Sorry, man. Flying Dragon. I really don't know what to make of this. Like I'm really more interested in Joe's fight now, because like I'm trying to think of moves ahead and what to do. Like Pedro's just Pedro. Oh fuck! I see what Pedro's doing. I'm actually now
Um,
afraid because I have lost many fights of us doing this. Many
uh,
fights have been lost by people spamming recover.
oh, that.
Yeah. Oh god damn it! I'm so afraid. Joe, yeah, take your time, Joe. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do.
So the thing I was talking about was while we were discussing, while we're just like have a lull here. I didn't want to do that. There was je ne sais quoi, there was an event my clan was doing earlier in RuneScape. We'll talk about that because I promised them I would shit talk them. And I'm laughing at Pedro trying to solve his problems now. See, Pedro too can play this game.
Ah, bitch.
And I was about to say, did I not put down the spikes? But I guess you
You did.
switched first, yeah. Um, oof, that hurts.
That hurts too. Ah, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, speed boost, gross. Uh, uh, no, why is it so much stronger on you?
I'm bug.
But I'm dark. Dark's not weak against ground. It's poison.
I just look. I'm dark, and I'm like, what? That's racist. Uh,
I'm baby. Troubles the user burn, paralyze, or physical damage. You got so much fucking speed on me. Ugh. Yeah, you thought Mega Horn against the Great Hair Oh, that was more sad than I was hoping it to be. Why did that burn? Oh, this ultimate battle of attrition. I just gotta hope I paralyze you. That's what this is gonna come down to. I'm just gonna have to try and paralyze you. But anyways, it's a fun enough event. My clan got together and one dude got an item that's like a ton of cash. Like it's like um, for memes, it's like 303 times my cash stack, but in actuality, it's half my cash stack. But still, a lot of that cash stack is reserved towards things like not paying membership for the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I was constantly talking about how I really want it, and I came across someone in the middle of. Okay, so I should tell you how the game works. It was hide and seek essentially. We all gathered up in a place, and the guy like drank a scentless potion or something, so it didn't show up on the map. And he hid somewhere, and he would give hints every 10 minutes, and like we were just scouring the entire world trying to find them. And Joe, I don't know if you know this, but RuneScape's a really big game.
Not for me. I'm not a member.
Yeah, it's real big. Oh, damn, your fucking speed. You're so fast. Down to my last.
Yeah, I used all my slow Pokemons at the start.
The fuck.
Uh,
Uh, it's your speed. You're so fast. I can't do like. You're so fast. I can't risk anything. This is the only way I'm gonna win is if I hit you with like a 90% accuracy thing. Oh, it hurts. You see that? Yeah, game over. So from my perspective, it was a tie because I don't see any Pokemon on your side.
Oh, Northern's still alive. He just poisoned this shit.
No, I don't see it. And we'll redo a rematch in a second. So anyways, we're running around and they give a hint, and then we're like 6 people. You heal more than I do damage. Yeah, that's true. That's because you keep lowering your special attack, Pedro. And eventually I'll paralyze you, so that'll be the winning move there. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that, but, I mean, in the meantime, it's just going through the motions. So, yeah, like I was saying, we were running around the world, and I ran into someone. It was, like, the first person I ran into for, like, a long time, like 15 minutes. We were in the forest, and I jokingly was trading him, saying, like, I found you, give me the item. And, he said, hey, if either of us find the item, we'll split it even. How's that? And I was like, bet. Because I was totally down for half of a load of cash. You know, there's a crap load of cash, and half a crap load is still a crap load. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So, the funny thing is we were actually running to the same place together ultimately, but he got there first. And I was like, oh, damn, someone else won. I'm like, oh, no, wait, it was the dude I had a pact with. And I'm like, so you're going to honor your pact? And he's just ignoring me. Like, he's not talking like an asshole. And it hits that point where, like, eventually he says something. And I'm like, so are you going to answer me? He's like, oh, yeah, you. What happens in the forest stays in the forest. So I promised him that I would call him out on my Twitter, twitch.com. That Inky is a motherfucking bitch ass coward. Because Because legit, if I got the staff, I would have actually have split the money with them.
Well, you're just being a bitch then.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. But it makes me think, like, man, why should we help our fellow man? Well, I'm gonna really risk it here and hope that he's given up. Yeah, he's given up. Let's Draco Meteor this dude.
Yay, you won.
Hi, hi, Pat. You came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I noticed him coming in, but you were
I
in the
could-
middle of a rant.
I couldn't tell if he was talking about a game or a childhood story.
In a way, although it only happened but a little while ago, isn't it a childhood story?
No,
Let me.
specifically not that. Ah, fuck.
Weakness fight. What? Wait, why are you? Why are you doing your own weakness? What are you doing? Anyways, so yeah, Pat, we were mostly talking about Pokemon on this subject, although we're just mostly shooting the shit about whatever. So if you got anything, Pat, I do my weakness to see if you are strong versus me. I mean, yeah, I get you.
Are we talking about Pokemon now?
Yeah.
We're playing Pokemon
Yeah,
Showdown.
we're playing Pokemon. It's easy to talk about Pokemon, keep things in line. It's way less jarring than when I'm playing Chex Quest and you people are talking about D&D 5e and shit. So, like, at least keep the dialogue on some similar wavelength, you know what I'm saying? So, Pat, you got
Yeah.
anything special about anything about Pokemon, so to say? How do I... I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. Like, I'm sorry, I'm so used to Rotom being a ghost that I'm shocked you punched it.
I've lost interest in Pokemon quite some years ago.
I mean, to be fair, I mostly when I do the Pokemon thing, and if I play any game or anything of the sort, it's because I'm either very bored and it's just a game that doesn't occupy much on my phone, or when I play the last one because my brother decided to buy it, so I'm like, why not just play it? It's just one of those
Here,
things.
I wanted to talk about rituals.
Oh, I haven't read about those yet.
Rituals are very interesting.
I swear to God, Pedro, one of my Pokemon better have like rollout or whatever that move is.
Yeah, it's rollout.
No.
Um, to be honest, but I'm also interested in them. I was going to read them next. For it just seems good out of combat spells.
Well, not only that, rituals are like the base. Like, I'm pretty sure you can make your own rituals, but let's see.
I like how Joe
But
decided
some
to
of
try
them are
to.
just interesting. Like Gaius is a ritual itself now instead of just a spell.
Pedro, elaborate. And when I say Pedro, elaborate. Joe, Pedro's talking about how you're trying a new system in the TV series world. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh, it's because the two friends I'm doing this with, they're fans of the show Ruby, and they
Yeah.
convinced me to watch it. So I'm just making literally Pathfinder Second Edition and making some changes to adapt to the world.
Ah, I see your. But why would you play in such a shit world? Um,
I mean, it is what it is.
Hold on.
damn, I was
Did you
really hoping
enjoy
that would do
Ruby?
more. No, Pat, people can enjoy things.
I was specifically asking Joe.
Pat,
What
people can enjoy things, Pat.
No,
I
I just
like,
want to know if he enjoyed it or not. I'm not saying
I
how
like,
dare you.
yeah, I like some of the lore. The comedy, many times is a bit too stupid for me, and the character development is weird.
Character development from a Rooster Teeth show?
Yeah, no, the thing I dislike the most about it is because basically what the team does is it does everything and sees what sticks, and I don't enjoy that as much. It just doesn't feel yeah, it doesn't
Huh.
feel good.
It's really weird seeing a Pokemon who is both a ground and a flying type. It seems a little
Ah, get
contradictory.
get go, bitch.
It is exactly contradictory.
David, you should look at our fight.
No, I'm seeing it. It's I mean, I don't see you
No,
fighting Pedro. We ain't doing that, Nene.
let's go
No,
back a few generations to Marshtomp. Water ground.
Okay, but that kind of made sense because that was just mud.
Still opposite elements. Or types, as Pokemon would call them.
Yeah, but like I said, it makes mud. Like air and ground just means you're throwing up dirt and hoping it doesn't fall back down.
Yep.
Shut up.
This game
It's
is
called a
not going well.
sandstorm. Hey, it's called a sandstorm.
Hmm, that's a fair argument.
No, Pedro wants to do a three-way battle, David. God damn.
You're welcome. It's the way you should play the game, man. Fucking, I don't know. Get fucked by that.
This game is not going your way, David. But
I'm doing a lot better versus Pedro, and that's what matters.
I open and no, it doesn't let me challenge Pedro for some reason. Oh no, there we are. That was the
So
problem. No, yeah,
it
I can't.
seems that all rituals, there are no common rituals. They start at uncommon and then go to rare and unique.
I will win this fight, Pedro.
For
Shut up.
some reason
Don't you say anything, Pedro.
I can't challenge Pedro. I'm trying, I can't.
It's P Dragon 1313.
No, I know. Like I put that in. But like when I am in the challenge, it just grayed out.
Huh. Try not being bad.
Yeah, very constructive, David.
You're
Now
welcome.
let me destroy the rest of your team.
Chat asks what our thoughts on Dynamax is.
On what?
Dynamaxing.
It's another gimmick. That's it. Like there's
I
nothing
don't
else.
know, but from what I hear, it was a gimmick, and not just from Joe. It doesn't seem to improve anything. Well, I don't have much to talk about now.
Well, I mean, I like the idea that. Well, so it's like my thoughts can be described in like this way because I love Squirtle. He's my favorite Pokemon. Behind me are 15, 50, 78 Squirtles on my bed. I sleep on the floor so that my Squirtles may rest. And like my boy Squirtle, like I saw a like T-shirt where it had like Squirtle and an image of Wartortle behind him, like silhouettes, and then Blastoise, and then Mega Blastoise, and then the Dynamax special version of Blastoise. And I guess that's kind of the way I view Dynamax, in that Pokemon is just like making the Pokemon bigger over time. Like I like Mega Evolutions because there's actually lore behind it and shit. Where they're like this was used to make Pokemon evolve even further. It was made to like turn them into war machines and how it hurts them and stuff.
That's
Um,
terrible.
Well, I know
Dynamax.
the whole Pokédex of Mega Evolutions talk about how it makes them strong and how it's hurtful on them. like Mega Sharpedo, I constantly think about how its Pokédex entry talks about Mega Evolution makes its brain so small that all it can sense is pain.
That is terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little fucked, but the idea is
Yeah.
still the fact that like it's you're from from a lore point. Like I've seen people complain, I don't want to Mega Evolve because it makes my Pokemon hurt, and I don't want to do that. Which in a way is like good because you're not supposed to. Can I still beat Joe? Let me check something real fast.
I mean, Dynamaxing in the lore of the series, David, like in the
Yeah, I can still
game,
beat you.
it's also the main point of it. I
Well,
just
well, yeah,
think,
yeah, but my complete thought on that because I was just talking about Mega Evolution there. I was referring to how that was cool to me, but I don't know what the lore for Dynamaxing is because as far as I know is they just took Mega Evolutions and made them bigger for no real reason. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Ah, but basically
Ow.
the point, like uh, Dynamax is new lore, and it's more of a thing that's used for entertainment. I don't know how you did that. Have a lot more speed than you.
Nah. You had 2 legs. Heatran has 4. I'm twice as fast. Ghost water. Yeah.
Uh, but uh, but uh, yeah, like, and also some of the Dynamaxing for the like the special Dynamaxing things, they just
Okay.
look weird.
I'll say on this that it's weird to me that they have special Dynamaxes, but they have so many Pokemon just become regular big rather than anything special happening to
It's
them. It feels
no,
like a cop out.
it's because
Orbeetle. I have never seen this Pokemon before. Thank
the
you.
Dynamax is like a thing of radiation, really.
Is that how it's explained?
It's for example, every time you enter like in the world, some there are certain spots
Isn't
that
ground is still weak to ground, right? I mean fire. Weakness is no. I would have been wrong, huh? Oh
I think it's the opposite.
well.
Yep, it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite. I'm about to get my ass smacked in half. Fucking 175 speed. What is this bullshit?
Because get bonuses from being big.
That doesn't make sense.
Huh.
That needs to make sense for me to bash your face in.
So now,
Niggers, we use our fucking ears to pummel the man.
so even
Go ahead.
though you're talking about Pokemon now, I
Ooh,
joined because
Pedro
I
might win.
joined this instead of watching Shrek the musical. Uh,
I
I
think we're
wanted to
helping
talk
you
about
then.
2E. I don't
Okay.
know. Some people say that Shrek the musical is interesting, and I shall find out tomorrow then. But
Hmm.
now I'm looking at spells. Shield is a cantrip,
Yeah,
and
it is.
it's quite a good cantrip. If you have the shield block feat, it becomes even better.
This is my only
Yeah,
way
no,
of this.
the shield block feat just
Yeah, you
blocks
got me.
magic missile.
Good job, Pedro.
What does the shield block feat do?
It helps you block magic missile.
That's not what shield block does.
No, no, but with the shield cantrip, that's how you block magic missile in this one.
No, no. The shield block with the shield, uh,
I'm trying to figure out
you
what you
can
motherfuckers are
use the
saying
shield
now.
block reaction with your magic shield, and the shield has a hard 5. And then
Yeah,
when it's heightened, it can have a max of 25 hardness.
no, I understand. Oh, okay, David. What we're talking about is that shield in second edition, the wizard spell is a it's a cantrip.
No, no, it
Uh,
also says, unlike a normal shield block, you can use the reaction against magic missile.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
you
was.
still, you can still use it with as the normal shield block.
No, I understand. I'm just saying it like that way you can also block magic missiles.
It's
Basically,
really
shield.
interesting.
Yeah, shield,
I'm
David.
not.
It's just a +1. It just spend an action, gain +1 to AC, and then you basically gain a shield, uh, as a mage.
Fuck.
Is the-
Yeah,
Please don't have Blaze.
but it's also really weird because after you use the shield block, with the shield cantrip, it stop like the spell ends and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
10 minutes is a lot.
Thanks for making
That
me stronger,
seems
Pedro. Oh.
that seems kind of ridiculous for something that still costs an action.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. You might just
Wait.
not use it for that. You
Wait,
decide.
Pedro.
I mean, it's
Genuine
basically
question.
a single use.
Why does Blaziken have a dark type move? For real.
No,
A lot of
they,
creatures can have dark type moves.
Yeah, but Blaziken, who's like a speed boost
yeah,
Blaziken?
yeah.
Well, hold up. What's the dark type move?
It's the Dynamax thing at Dynamax. I You think like a speed boost Blaziken's moves are like a generic attack thing, like the normal fighting attack that doesn't miss, high jump kick, speed boost. No, not speed boost. That's the ability. It has protect, sword dance, high jump kick, and another move that doesn't miss.
David, you're playing a randomizer. What you want?
Well, it's the thing is it's a randomizer. It's random. Yeah,
Then why are you
good game.
asking?
Good. No, because it's Smoggin. They put in actual Pokemon for like min maxers and shit.
I'm a Smoggin you.
No, but yeah, Pat, I think it's interesting. It's just that you can decide how to use the shield.
Pedro, you don't have to wait for you to get out of Dynamax. You can scroll over your Pokemon and your Switch, and it'll tell you their base moves.
Well, other than just the +1 to AC, I mean, I understand it's a cantrip, but other than that, using it once every 10 minutes to block an attack for you that
No,
you'll
it's
still probably take half damage from because you're going to use it for a big attack, not a tinky dink goblin dagger.
Big
I mean,
attack.
that's
Unless that is a 10th level goblin rogue behind the dagger.
no. To be honest, Pat, there's also the point that what like that if it has enough hardness, you actually can use it multiple times. Just can't break.
No. It specifically says after using shield block with shield that the spell ends.
I'll need to go read it again, but you're probably right because you're reading it and I'm not. Well,
Like it
David,
would be understandable if the shield break, like if the damage goes through the hardness, you take the remaining damage and the spell ends and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes. That'd be way different
Ah.
than just
uh, to be honest, David, I also still had like a legendary. What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
This
What
is
in the actual hell is this?
this is Gen 1, where psychic types didn't have any weaknesses.
No, you bitch. You start with a Zapdos and I have a Pidgeot. That's
Oh,
not fair.
is that what you're talking about? Not fair, Mr. Dynamax into a giant bunny with 200 speed? Seems about right to me.
You
Oh,
motherfucker. You should do
someone,
Dynamax at the start. You
someone,
fucking.
yeah, shut up. Someone in chat says your friends have, ADD. I was about to say ad. Your friends have ad.
I don't know what you're talking about. I joined because I wanted to talk about 2E. They're the ones that changed subjects while I went to go get lunch.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, Pat. Yes. Like I kept talking to you about it, just doing
I mean, if
something
you
at the
don't
same
want
time.
to, I'll go watch a short video and then
No,
probably.
it's alright, Pat. You can do what you want. Stop being a baby.
David, don't be like, yeah, you fucking bully.
Fine. You double-edged me? You evil person. How could you do that?
You fucking killed me.
What's your point?
Ah,
Why does Machamp know Rock Slide? He's a fighting type.
Huh. All right, so create water.
what?
Got
Yeah.
create water kind of sucks
Oof.
Yeah.
now.
The Leech
It's
Seed.
a first level spell and a max of 2 gallons. You can't. Doesn't have any heightening ability, and it evaporates after 1 day. That's a big downfall.
It is.
That Leech Seed might be working for you now, Ollie, Pedro. You people all blend together to me.
It's
This
like I don't know what like it's just create water and that's it.
Oh. What's
You can't even use it as You can't even use it as effectively as you could in first edition because
Joe, you're not having a good day, are you? Just constantly missing.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
now
they got me.
the water will always flow from your cupped hands. That's it.
Is that how Create Water works now?
And 2E is a first level spell. It's still 2 actions. As you cup your hands, water begins to flow forth from them. You can create 2 gallons of water. If no one drinks it, it evaporates after 1 day. That is a huge nerf to create water.
Damn.
Like that is sad now. Like what is the point of this spell?
At least it's like you used to. I remember when you used Create Water to completely bypass a fucking puzzle, and I let you and everything, but now we're not having any more of that bullshit. So
What puzzle was it?
it's the one where you were supposed to go into the water with vials, and because the main vial couldn't be moved, you had to use the vials to move certain amounts of water between each other because they could only be moved through full amounts because of their magic nature and the liquid of the room. And instead, you directly created water inside of the vial. And I looked at my notes and I had nothing about like stopping that. So I'm like, okay, you do that. You win.
I don't understand. I mean, that's using magic in a way that solves problems. That's the point of magic.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell if you're complaining that we did that or if you were like, wow, that's a really neat way.
No, I'm saying you like did something neat. Shut your mouth. What I'm saying is you can't do that anymore. So from the puzzle aspect of it, it works out better for me. Pedro's actually winning here, huh?
I mean, you can still do it that way. It just costs you a spell slot now.
No, you can't. You can't directly create the water into the vial because before.
No, but you can drip it into the vials.
Well, yeah, but that causes other problems. You cast the water directly into it through the glass. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the vials weren't creatures, and it only specifies that conjuration spells can't create things inside of creatures.
Hold on, I got a call. Hello?
But yeah, Pat, I'm looking here at cantrips
Yeah,
and
I'll do that later.
attack cantrips are now a thing again,
No.
which I like.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it though.
What did I miss in the 2 seconds I was busy?
Attack
He
cantrips
likes
are a
attack.
thing.
He likes attack cantrips, and I'm not sure I like giving up my ability to create endless amounts of water.
Damn you, Joe, you coward! You think you can even the game by evening the game?
I'll just have to kill you. That's all.
What are these Pokemon? I don't know what these things are.
And the weirdest thing is, create water is also an arcane spell now. So
I'm probably
wizards
slower.
and sorcerers can cast it.
I'm definitely slower. Psychic terrain makes you faster.
Oh yeah, one thing that Cody will probably love, David, is air bubble is a reaction now.
Definitely
It's a
is.
reaction from when you can't breathe. You're in an environment that you can't breathe.
Ah, definitely. Oh, damn, you had that on you, huh?
But it only affects you, the
Oh
caster.
no! What the fuck? I thought Play Rough had a 100% chance of hitting.
Oh, but
90% accuracy,
another
my
thing,
ass. It misses all the time. Goodbye.
another thing about it is that it immediately ends when you get to an environment where you can breathe.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean,
So
it's also only a minute.
that could easily be screwed up by like some kind of,
They actually mean 9%.
if they're underwater, you could like force water away from them for that split second, and then it comes back. Oh, it's gone, and they're drowning again.
You know, if Joe, for a hot second, I was waiting for that Cubone to just, self-destruct.
I mean, I wish. Uh. Well.
Let's see
Oh,
what Greece does now.
this isn't gonna work out.
Uh. Ooh.
Ooh, thank God that worked. Okay, now begins my 7-part plan, Pedro, to get back to you. Oh, my fucking hubris, Joe. My hubris. I could have just surfed you again, but no, I had to be like, I'm gonna hyper beam. It's the finisher move. Hyper beam's garbage, Joe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Swear to God, hyper beam sucks so much. I'm never gonna use it again.
No. Well, best for last.
Ooh, what do I do here?
All
Uh.
right,
By
so
by the way, David, I don't know if I already told you this, but now it's 10th level time. 10th level time.
What are you talking about?
Now there's 10 levels of spellcasting.
oh
Oh,
yeah, there's
oh,
a
you mean that
10th
shit I was
spell
talking
level.
about, like in Ye Past?
Yeah, the Yi
Well,
pet.
I mean, in D&D, there's actual lore around why they can't cast
Oh,
spells at 10th
yeah.
level
I,
anymore.
I know. It's it's because of
So
that one guy that tried to become God and fucked it all over.
Yeah,
yeah.
he was the best of
Oh,
us.
also something to know about. This is more of flavor and shouldn't really affect anything with your games, but the world of Galarian, every single adventure path that happened in Galarian is canon for second
Oh,
edition.
I know. I actually yesterday I watched Puffin Forest video, the video that he did the review on it,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
why
was
I know.
yeah. Like I'm as mad as him. Like I'm never playing Galarian. Fuck that.
Pedro, I
So I
sent
like I like the world of Galarian.
Pedro, I sent you
I
a
mean,
secret message. Only we will share that in
I mean,
chat, I guess.
we've never really played in it, but I like the world of it. But now it's like, imagine it's like, haha, the world moon. Didn't that get healed? It's like, shut up.
Oh, Pedro, you thought you see, Pedro. My secret message to you is true. I sent Pedro a message in Twitch saying that he sucks at Pokemon because of what he's doing here, and he just responds with, "I know." It's fucking great. It's great to me. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that. Yeah, all right. All right, Joe. You have a legendary. I have two. Snorlax. Let's go.
Well, oh, his speed, David. I just saw his speed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snorlax
Oh,
is not.
Oh, you made a
mending is
mistake
no
there,
longer.
Joe. A really long mistake. Like, we're gonna be here forever. Mistake.
Joe,
Yeah.
mending is no longer a cantrip. It's a first level spell, and it still requires 10 minutes to cast. Come on!
I knew you were gonna rest again. That's why I didn't hyper beam.
Let's see, is there a make hole? There's not a make hole.
Wait, mending is a
Is
first level
there?
spell.
Yes. And it
Can
still takes 10 minutes to cast.
can it be heightened? Let's.
Heightened second level, heightened third level. You. So yes, or it can be heightened. And it has extra effects. Basically, it it non-heightened. You can target non-magical objects of light bulk or less.
Okay,
You heal 5 hit points per spell level.
Pedro. Um, so I know you're saying that you haven't played since Black and White, and that you never memorized type matchups and shit, and you've never played online, so you don't know that many strats. That's cool and everything, but when a Pokemon has a substitute, you can't use Sleep Powder on it. It's so there's something in front of it. you you can't be doing that, Pedro. Pedro almost finally won a match, but he didn't. Nah, that's all right.
I mean, yeah, you just can heal bigger objects, I guess.
That's why I'm wondering: is there a spell that allows that?
Okay,
I know
Joe.
there's a 10th level spell that allows that. I know it's primal. Let's see if it's anything else.
Joe, I'm not
But
letting you sleep anymore. Oh, damn it. I thought you were gonna.
that a 10th level spell available to all traditions
Oh,
called Remake.
Joe,
I
it it takes a loser to lose a chess, and it takes a winner to win a chess, but it takes a genius to tie a chess, or someone who's mediocre at it. You get a lot of ties in chess that way. Sorry.
you Remake does. I can understand why it's 10th level with like the first few sentences. You fully recreate an object from nothing, even if the object was destroyed. To do so, you must be able to picture the object in your mind. Additionally, the material component must be a remnant of that item, no matter how small or insignificant. Even a speck of dust that remains from disintegrate is enough.
Huh.
The spell fails if your imagination relied too much on guesswork.
Damn you, Pedro. Damn you.
If Okay, the spell also fails if the object would be too large to fit in a 5-foot cube, if the object still exists and you were simply not aware of it, or if the object is an artifact, or has a
nice.
level over 20, or has similar vast magical power. So, what I'm seeing is this is a 10th level spell with some severe restrictions. Why would I ever want to cast it? It's a cast time of 1 hour, too.
I don't know. To be honest, Pat, I'm more interested to see what the formulas are exactly, since they're
So,
just blueprints of items. Yeah,
I,
David.
I was looking at chat here, and Pedro was saying that he won the second match, and I shouldn't take that from him. And another chat member was saying, "Stop interrupting the guy talking about Pathfinder." So, Pat, I'm gonna interrupt you way the fuck more.
I'm gonna interrupt you.
No, but yeah, formulas seem to be interesting, Pat. Don't you think?
Why does that mean I have no
Formula?
Thunderbolt?
Hold on, did you say formula? Is that a...
Are in the new rule of crafting. It's like blueprints for magic, for items, like any item. To be honest.
I can't remember anything.
Oh,
I got the
sorry.
memory of a goldfish.
I'm still like seeing all these utility spells get completely destroyed is kind of annoying.
Joe, there is no reason for me to skip because all my Pokemon are gonna eat shit to that Thunderbolt. There's like nothing I can do. Like, look at that, 20 damage. This is a Dragon type. It has no weaknesses.
Uh, well,
I mean, if you look, Wish and Miracle are 10th level spells, uh,
Ow.
and you can duplicate any arcane spell with Wish or divine spell with Miracle. of 9th level or lower. It's like, okay, I guess I'll use a 10th level spot for that.
Oh, good use of
Or
Shadow
you can
Ball.
duplicate any non-tradition spell with those of 7th level or lower. And I'm like, okay, that's a bit of a letdown. Not even 8th level.
Yeah.
Produce any effect whose power level is in line with the above effects. So what? So I could go up to like an 18th level power level or 18 power level or something. Reverse certain effects that refer to the wish spell or miracle spell. And the GM might allow you to try using wish to produce greater effects than these, but doing so might be dangerous.
Wow, Pedro, that Gothitelle has like every Pokemon on my team. Like, God, it's everything. All I can do is
I don't
hope
know.
to just absolutely murder your Pokemon.
When I was thinking of 10th level spells, I was thinking of something stronger and not just moving 9th level spells to 10th level. Or moving a 5th level. Make Whole was 5th level or 4th.
Oh.
But whatever, they moved Make Whole to 10th level for some reason and made it worse.
Make Whole was a second level spell.
2nd level, really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
they
just there
moved
was
it
a
to
greater
10th, and there is no Make Whole,
Hmm.
not that I can find, and the only repair
there's
thing I
also the
see,
point,
like,
Pat. There's also the point that this is the first book.
yes, I know, but even in the first book, you don't remove your, like, why are you, like, changing up the level of spells and then making them worse?
I,
I mean, all the games do that. I mean, I don't like
nah.
the base
Not
system.
all games do that.
I mean, the base system changed, Pat. Like, I knew this would happen with many spells. Like, I was completely prepared for it.
Well, as soon as this site wants to load, I will see if I don't know if someone else can find something that can repair items doesn't that either doesn't take 10 minutes or can actually repair them usefully.
Man, when the game has every time I do a 90% move, Joe, Blizzard says there's a 90% chance of hitting. It has missed twice in a row now. This accuracy is like a fucking lie, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta try Blizzard. It's the only hope. The only hope is making you frozen. Because I also remember from experience, 10% chance of freezing someone is like 112%.
Pat. Basically, formulas is what you use to like make items. Like you like even normal items. Like for example, you actually need a formula if you want to make um an acid flask or something of the sort.
So what I'm hearing is that they even took the crafting rules and threw them into a blender.
I mean, like when you say that, it depends on how you see this. Like, it just gives you can also reverse engineer items. Mm, it's
I mean,
different.
that seems like a lot of silliness and stuff to keep track of for no reason. Like, hey, I bought a flask of acid. Now I shall reverse engineer it. Why do you need to reverse engineer it? Because obviously I'm too
Joe!
stupid to know what acid is.
Joe, what did I tell you, dude?
I don't know. You miss. See,
No, it's that 10% chance of freezing you is a guarantee.
what's his speed? Okay.
And even then, it's just like the Puff and Forest video. The crafting rules are all determined by the GM. And it's like, what? The GM secretly, like, the GM will be
Mm.
the one to determine the DCs of items.
I mean, yeah.
And then
I
the
mean,
checks are made secretly, which means the GM makes them. So basically, it's all I tell David my modifiers, and then he does all the work for me. That is boring and lame and sucks for the DM.
Yeah, it sucks for
well,
me.
I was just going to change that, Pat. Like, it's an easy fix, to be honest.
But why does it have to be fixed? Like why did they decide to do something so silly?
I get what Pat is saying in that regard because you're just making it easier for people from who don't have to go through all the trouble of making their own rules. Yeah, you say the burn is bad for you, Pedro, but I bet you had a move that if you were burned, you did like twice the damage or something. Or did I burn you? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I burned you. Because there are items called burn orbs. Yeah, sorry, Pedro. Yeah, yes, chat. I'm stupid. Shut up. Also, chat says 2E is better than 1E.
You're a you're idiots. I mean, straight out say that.
Okay, first thing, it depends on taste.
If
But
you're talking about combat wise, probably. There's
I
a lot bigger numbers aren't really a thing, but there's still a lot of numbers to go
I
into. But
I
if you're
will
talking about from a role playing perspective, no, it's worse.
I will say this. I will my opinion will I will hold my opinion on which one is better until second edition gets more supplementary stuff. Because the thing is, first edition has so many things. Like it's not fair to compare the two currently.
I am just trying to
Damn.
compare the utility of things.
No, I understand, Pat, but for example, if like in the next book they just give an alternate rule to crafting, like that's the thing, we didn't give it time before that.
Well, 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 Pedro. It comes
Well,
down to this.
how long has 2E been out?
I mean the playtest taught like
The only reason I started looking
Damn.
is because David said something about it last over the weekend.
Yeah, I was saying that I would like us to try a yeah, good game, Pedro. You never win. Um that second battle you said you won didn't happen. Check the records. Uh Also,
the,
Joe's fucking 1E Pokemon games here where he's just using explosion to win every time. Goddamn. Um,
but no, David, do you want to face Gengar or Zapdos?
I don't even remember what I'm throwing out. Gengar. I'd rather fight Gengar. I at least like Gengar. He's like my second favorite Pokemon. Because
Now, David, do you know what Gengar has?
um
Move.
sorry, what? Oh yeah, you're immune to everything I do actually. But
Yeah, and now I just it's funny because we started the game with this with Meowth, so I'll keep doing it.
here I've solved the issue here, Joe.
Okay, I was going to use Thunderbolt with Gengar.
Yeah, no, I all of my, you
Pat,
were completely immune.
Pat, it seems the game came out August, the 1st of August of 2019.
So it's been a year.
It's been yes, it's been less than a year, Pat.
It's been more than a year.
Oh, it's been 3 days more than a year. You're right.
What are you talking about?
But let me just check something.
Ooh, I'm surprised that hurt so much.
Let me see.
I mean, yeah, the first supplementary book for the like Bestiary 2 is out, and the first supplementary book for the Advanced Player Guide is coming out. with 4 more classes and a couple more races and a bunch of stuff like alternate rules and such. Like the
I'm just
tiefling,
looking at
yeah,
it from a utilities perspective
Oh,
because that I enjoy the utility that 2E gives me, like a lot of different things. Like maybe you're not that good in combat, but when it comes to like puzzle solving or just coming up with
damn.
solutions to end combat stuff, 2E doesn't seem to have that.
Damn.
I get that the skills seem to be a lot more combat focused. It's I mean, it's something else. It's not. Well, it's not first edition. That's the
Well, I know it's
thing.
not first edition, but it seems a drastic.
I mean, it's also
Like
that
I
they're.
understand in between editions there can be super drastic, but it's just
As
so far combined with the better enjoyment I would get out of combat with 2E with the disappointment of the role playing perspective.
Ah,
Uh I think so far my opinion
all right.
is
All
met.
right,
I'll give it a shot.
Pedro, let me explain myself now. Pokemon have 4 moves, and when I scrolled over yours, I read Max Knuckle, Max Guard, Roost, Brick Break, and that's 4 moves. And then you pull this shit where there's a 5th move.
because the max ones are from Dynamax.
Yeah,
But
the
other than
next
that,
I know they're from Dynamax because fuck my ass. I'm gonna
uh,
lose to the Scyther. The Cypher is getting that thing where he gets more and more attack every round, like a
yeah.
speed boost for attack, but it's already like fast. It's got 219 speed, and it has
Hmm.
Roost. Yeah, so no, I'm not. I'm not beating this thing. This thing's gonna kick my ass.
I mean, Pat, I understand.
Like just now, I missed Toxic. God damn.
God damn it, David, stop interrupting.
No, this is my stream.
Okay, then we'll
The
leave.
chat's
Yeah.
gonna get angry.
Actually, chat says, "What about your favorite Pokemon?" Because I was talking about that and we stopped.
At least one guy in chat is going to get angry.
At least one guy in chat. I think we only got like 3 people.
A third of the chat, David.
A third of the chat.
But Pat, this is the thing. It's fair. Um, I think it might get better. Like it might not get much better, but I think the RP thing is still there. The fighting has become a lot more interesting because lately, like fighting in Pathfinder, it is like like a fighter fighting in Pathfinder is very stale. At least for me, some people like it, but it all comes down to it. It's opinion. Like, you dislike it because there's less utility spells do less. That's fair, but I enjoy it because it gives me more options to punch somebody's end in.
Well, I agree with you there. Currently, a fighter who specializes in doing one thing and doing it very well, and then sometimes that can get boring, especially on things that can't do that thing that you do very well on, or you die.
Yeah, Pedro, you pretty much lost. You can just forfeit. It's all right.
I mean, the one of the big differences. Just a second. I lost my train of thought.
Good. And
I also like how races become more paragon of themselves as the character becomes more experienced. I think they deal better than just having some optional ancestry feats that really don't like some optional racial feats that aren't really worth it considering the rest of the feats that you could get. Some were worth it, but only for specific builds. It really depends. Like, I think I could still have fun because the difference for me, Pat, is we can spend half an hour to 1 hour in a puzzle, but Pathfinder in all games will always have those sessions which are fully combat, and having a more interesting combat will just make the game better.
I mean, that's true. I believe that our long combats would go a whole lot quicker because of
You cut
how
up a
much more you can do
you
with
cut
the action system instead of just having a
Yeah, David.
standard and a move.
Yeah, the thing for you, David, here is that's for the players. The GM is another bag of potatoes, and like
The
you
GM has
having,
many potatoes to deal with instead of just three.
yeah, like instead
The
of
GM
having a potato,
has too many lemons and you can't hold them.
yeah, but basically all of your minions that you have, you can actually there's easy ways to fix it. For example, you can give them the minion quality and reduce the
mm,
amount of actions they have, which is just a simple way to make like gobbles and that more streamlined or weaker. Is you can just take away one of their actions, and it actually changes the balance of the encounter a lot if you do that for like normal people. What do you think of that idea, Pat?
Ah, but watch out if you decide to give them all haste or quicken. Hello?
I
Because then they all get an extra action.
I mean, yeah, but the point there is there exists something I think from the spellcasting part. There is when you summon people, you get the minion quality. I get the minion quality, which just diminishes the things you can do, which makes a big fight easier to manage, or so I think.
So summoned units have the minion quality.
Yes,
I mean that kind of makes them easier to manage. How many actions do minions get?
two instead of three.
that monkey Pedro return to monkey.
It's also the point that your minion cannot cast a spell which spell level is higher than the ones that you can cast. And if they try to do so, they disappear.
As I've told you time and time again, Pedro, you don't win. It's not a thing. Nah, it's alright.
Pero this is why I don't play with him. He just becomes like this.
He just becomes like this. And yet Pedro keeps challenging me, battle after battle.
Yeah, no, Pedro is also like that. Problem.
it's it's
Well,
a
David, you
thing.
need to feel bad. You need to feel good somehow after I defeat you all those times.
What are you talking about? I'll let you win.
I let you in, especially after you wipe out half my team in
I
the first
hate
one.
Look, Joe, you the one that just keeps exploding your Pokemon out of pure shame. So,
I don't have any more good moves. So I let them become a stepping stone to my success. Just
fucking
happens.
Dio here. Huh.
Um, I will have to go now because I do actually have to go to the store.
Yeah,
Someone called me and told me I needed to.
that's alright. Though I was wondering about the, since you guys are focused on 2B so much, what's the do any are enemies like what was sorry I guess let me monsters, do they get the same amount of actions as players or does it work differently?
Monsters do get the same amount of actions as players. That's why I was saying that it can become difficult to the GM
Yeah,
because in the
because
sense that Yeah, three. That's why I was suggesting that if you have a bunch of one enemy, you could give them the minion quality to diminish it.
Hmm. And
Uh,
when you
uh,
say minion quality, are we talking about like the same kind of minion quality I was talking about, or
no,
does
no,
2E get their own
no,
thing?
no. It's second E as it's part of the spell qualities, David, for when you summon stuff. A minion is a creature that is basically well that is subservient to another, and that they instead of gaining three actions, they gain three action points instead of they gain two. So they just can like their turn can become as simple as move and attack, or when they're close to you, attack twice instead of having the third one complicating.
Hmm. I see.
But otherwise, there's a bunch of things, special abilities that can be now like and when with bosses, if you really want to make them harder, you can just give them more action points. Like I actually thought of like a boss that had six action points and two initiatives.
Yeah, that's not an uncommon thing to have the double initiative boy. Not to step on your parade about
No,
that, but
I know it's not the double initiative. I know it's not uncommon. I was talking about that if I give them a pool of action points for a turn, then I can divide them depending on what the players do.
yeah.
It isn't about him like that's the thing. You can give action points to a boss to make him more menacing. Uh, but you also have to be careful with balancing because if you give a lich four action points, David, that means they can do two spells a turn, and
Yeah.
that's dangerous. So basically, yeah, it's like it has to be because I haven't actually ran an encounter of it, so that's why I want to actually do an one shot with you guys, so I can
With
get a handle of how strong this stuff is.
Jesus Christ, this is the Scyther all over again, Pedro.
Yeah, it would be like our one shot would be literally a very simple encounter of me trying out different monsters.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I didn't mean to hold you too long. I mean, the good thing about GMs having like trying to make lots of monsters and stuff is Pathfinder 2E hopefully has lots of things for that already made, right? You're muted. All right. Well, I guess during the silence, I can answer some of chat's questions who have been bothering, probably upset that I haven't been answering them so much. To answer the earlier one, the story of me liking Gengar so much is every game I would get a. Let's see here. Every game, well, at least in the early games, you definitely got Ghastly really early on. I was expecting them to do more. And oof. Yeah, so you definitely got Ghastly very early on, and for a young person playing Pokemon, you tend to like stick to just like the one. I'm gonna die to this. I'm surprised you didn't do anything there, Pedro. Um, you definitely you like a young person usually keeps to like the one Pokemon they have. Yeah, Pedro, you might have gotten me on this. Yeah, you got me here, Pedro. unless I paralyze you and like bad unluckiness hits you.
What were you saying, David? I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all right if you're Oh, I don't know why
No,
why did you try that, Pedro? I'm burned. You can't put toxic on me. Pedro, what are you doing, you fool? You threw away the match. But yeah, before we end, it was just to answer some questions about because I some people wanted to know what I was talking about because I always forget you can't stack stats. Yeah. Some people were wondering about my Squirtle Gengar thing I was talking about before we got sidetracked. Hey, you did it, Pedro! Congrats! You finally won a battle. Good crit. Um, yeah. Before we head off, it was I like Squirtle because I'm not entirely sure. He was just a cute little dude. But I like Gengar as like my second because in every game you would get like a Ghastly early on. Lots of games do that. Last game I played was Sun and Moon, and like the beginning town gives you Ghastlies, like the first town after the hometown.
uh,
And yeah, just keep one of those, turn it into a Gengar, and just fucking run that dude. And with the introduction of Gengar's Mega Evolution, like my boy just tears stuff in half. So
and like when I was a kid, like I was not many people had the same game I had, so literally I couldn't evolve my hunter. I just got sad.
Gengar has a Dynamax form. Let's check that out real fast.
Oh
Let's.
yeah, it's just like a giant, like its mouth becomes a giant hole.
Uh, well, okay. I'll keep this in there later. Um,
What
yeah.
what was against? No, I was talking about to when you were talking earlier about the GM part. That last part I didn't hear.
Oh, I was saying that monsters, like for a GM to control all the monsters' attacks and stuff, shouldn't be too much of an issue because there should be like when people make monsters, a lot of them include stat blocks for how they should act. You know, like if this creature is reduced to 13 hit points, it runs away. Is something you see a lot. Um,
Yeah,
so I mean, it shouldn't be too hard if they included like how they should act in certain scenarios. Like this creature likes to use this attack first to lead up to this. Like how the twisted goblins from the fight like to charge into creatures to make room for the creatures for the more of them that are crawling up the wall. And
mhm.
when they were hitting their last numbers, they were using their breath attacks because they didn't have to worry so much about the people behind them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be honest, there's also a point there. I am very sure most of the ones that have those kinds of instructions, David,
Mm-hmm.
come from an adventure.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying, and that they're pre-designed things, but um, I assure you, Joe, the twisted goblins were things I made because they're awful abominations, and no one in their right mind would want to make those. But yeah, the idea of having lots of things have morale in like the PFSRD, and yeah, they
Hmm.
do tend to be from like
Adventure
yeah
stories.
adventures. Because I remember the other day I was talking to I think it was Cody or Onks. Um, it's probably Cody because I brought up D10 scimitars as the fallback line. I don't think I would have done that with Onks. People blend together, and the fact that Cody was talking about how some creatures couldn't do something because they don't have enough like hit dice to get something, but the game gives it to them. To which the answer is D10 scimitars. Whoever designed it just said it could because fuck you. Like if I put up a Stephanie sheet, people would be like, "A Stephanie can't do that. She has like no. I gave her speak with animals as a power she possesses. You know.
Yeah, boon, as they say.
Yeah, it's like she's special, but also she's not terribly designed to fight. She's there to be like an annoying entitled person.
Yeah, I understand. My I just and when I start designing adventures, I just get too much into my head, my own head.
Yeah, I know what you mean because we were going to do that one so sorry the like the deep or something. We were going to do a hero system module, and there was so much shit we were talking about how we should add this and this, but then it came to like we would have to design a lot of things in advance and then fall back into it, and
Mm.
like we just didn't have that kind of free time to do that stuff between work and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's still there. I actually like month ago I had to read it again.
I do like it in its like base idea form. I think it's cool the idea of having a adventure module for the hero system where you basically fight in an underwater lab. It's very like it's 90s comics, you know what I mean? Like that's the way it should be. But
Yeah.
we would have to like make up a map first or something and then like the characters and then write a story around it cuz otherwise there's too much fallback to it. Like I think the
Hmm.
actual step is to have a map drawn up and then like other little things to slap in as the main set. Like when someone opens up the module, they see the map first or something. You know what I mean?
Is there a map or let's say we either actually make a map or we do just concept like we get concept art of it, what we
Yeah.
mean because
It
it
would perhaps
like
it'd be nice if the we do this more like Curse of Strahd and we set it up so that there's like interchangeable tiles where like they represent certain rooms that are important to the story, and you can say
yeah,
they go together however you want. You know, like that way,
yeah,
who like everyone who runs it can run it differently the way they like it.
it's just outside of our wheelhouse because
We don't
know
have
it
we don't have.
exactly.
I mean, it wouldn't actually be hard to draw up a map like that if we do a grid based map. We could do a really
Hmm.
crude one, but that's still like the free time we would need to do all that versus like other things we should be doing. You know what I mean? It gets ridiculous. But I don't mean to keep you too long. Uh,
Yeah,
Chat is asking me about Gengar. Um, Pedro says
great.
Gengar. Yeah, Pedro's already mentioned the Gengar form. Pedro says he likes Rayquaza and Charizard a lot more, but he has no favorite. Figured that's worth mentioning since he's basically
Oh,
an unofficial member of our podcast.
I mean, yeah. There's also the thing. Pedro's name in most things is Speed Dragon. Something will tell you that yeah, Rayquaza and Charizard are probably some of his favorites.
Uh, I just I'll hold my tongue on the insults. Um,
Oh, I was sending him the probably the insult that you were talking about.
well, it's for us and not the whole of chat. Um,
Exactly.
and
Oh,
before
he just laughs.
yeah, he just laughs. Before we sign off, since I know you gotta go, Joe, and you know, um,
Me
by the way, Joe, I've been working on getting an old abandonware game from my childhood set up. Um, we will play that. You can, I, I will fucking kick you people out of the call if I have to, but it is, I love it to bits. It's called Golem, and it's business. The company that made it had this crazy fucking thing set up where they were making a game series. I don't even know what the first one is, but something in the first game destroys the world, which leads into Golem, which sets up into a different game entirely that is so loosely connected it's beautiful. But then you open up the instruction manual and it's like Golem is the second in the series of the Clash trilogy. I'm like, oh my god, these people are insane. And as far as I know, um, it just flopped completely because
is
their
are you
company.
talking about?
Hmm?
I mean, like Golem. Like, is this a computer game?
Yeah, it's a computer game. It's like an old RTS set in like Navy terms, like you build boats and stuff. But the meteor that destroyed the world has mutated people, so there's like a bug meat people, and their boats are made like carcass flesh and stuff. And there's tech people, and they're just really shitty cyborgs, but you can play as like robots as submarines, and it's just dumb fun. And I never officially beat it because each campaign is like 50 missions long, and I did all the human one and I did all the tech one, but the meat people are fucking impossible. Because
Is this what you're talking about?
yes, I'm surprised you pulled that up so fast.
I mean, I just like I wrote game Golem, and it showed me the PS4, so I just wrote PC game Golem.
Interesting, because whenever I try to find Golem, I have to sift and sift and sift through another game called Golem that just looks better. But it's not Vandenware, and I can't steal it. Besides,
Uh,
I bought Golem. Its CD is somewhere in my house, somewhere, and
Seems
I'm
fun.
I feel. Look, Joe, I'm not going to emulate Golem. I'm gonna find the CD. You know, I'm just talking about that's why I'm gonna play Golem, the old RTS. But yeah, we'll definitely have fun doing that. But like I was saying, their company's insane and it's amazing. Uh, but yeah, before I close the stream, let's just end on the solemn note that Inky is a bitch ass motherfucker, coward who don't know shit from nothing. You know what, Inky? Come to me in the wildy, 1v1. I'll take that staff right off